Welcome back, everybody. Today we are tackling the journey down the Anduin, and this is the lore deck. So, we are, as I said before, this is the pre-built deck out of the revised set, and I'll be trying it with this. I don't expect to get far. And then I will be doing a deck that I've built. I still, even though last time I didn't do this, I'm going to do this time. I'm going to keep to lore cards. And see what we can do there. I know that eventually I'll have to mix the different types of styles of play, just to be able to get through some of these scenarios, but I still want to run just lore cards and see what happens. We have Barivore, Glorfindel, and Denethor, and we're starting with a threat of 30. Okay, so let me read you the story. Emerging from Mirkwood Forest with an urgent message for Lady Galadriel, you must now make your way south along the Anduin River in order to reach the Forest of Lorien. As you leave the forest behind, you notice that you are being pursued, and thus quicken your pace. And before we do anything else, I've got to get my opening hand. 3, 5, 6. And let's see what I got, because I can mulligan. I keep forgetting to do that. So I've got Dark Knowledge, Beorn's Hospitality, Radagast's Cunning, 2 copies of that, Secret Paths, and Forest Snare. Now, I'd love to keep this one in my hand, but I'd love to also get some allies. So let's go back, we'll shuffle up, check on something there before we do that. To mulligan. Where would I find that? I'm going to go to the rules reference. Just want to make sure that I shuffle again before I do anything else. Page 11. Yep. So the starting hand gets shuffled back into the deck. And if the microphone sounds a little different today, it's because the other microphone I usually use is dead, and it's charging right now. So I'm using a plug-in, which also means that I've got if you really want a nice clear sound, I have to be fairly close to it. But once the game starts, I should be able to be fairly close to it, unless I show you something of the camera. And one more shuffle, why not? Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And let's see how we did. Got Dark Knowledge again. Come on, focus. Forest Snare, Miner of the Iron Hills, Radagast's Cunning, Protector of Lorien, and Gandalf's Search. So I'm happy that that's there, because this is that scenario that's got the hill troll right away. It does say for setup, each player reveals 1 card from the top of the encounter deck and adds it to the staging area. So we've got the Enchanted Forest, Enchanted Stream, sorry. We cannot draw cards as long as Enchanted Stream is in play. Alright, so now we flip to the river. As you approach the location of a small raft stashed on the riverbank, a fearsome hill troll emerges from behind a grouping of rocks and attacks. So this is the one where I've got to go in, find the hill troll. Alright, and then I'm going to shuffle this back up. And come out wherever you are. I know I put you in there. I have better storage for this game now. Here he is. Alright. And then we're going to shuffle this up. Alright. So the Hill Troll, as you can see, has a threat of 30. So with the lore deck combination I have now, this is automatically going to attack us. So I'm glad that Forest Snare popped up. And let's get started, everyone. I did pick up the Dark of Mirkwood pack, which came with these fantastic player aids. So each player draws a card and adds a resource to their pool. What did we draw? We drew Radagast's Cunning. So we have 1 resource for each. Okay, now I can play basically allies and attachments, and yes, I want to do this now before I can't play it again, which is the Forest Snare. Attached to an enemy, engage with a player. No, I can't do that right now. I'm going to have to do something else. So instead, I'll play the ally out there for 2, and that is the Miner of the Iron Hills. Okay. After Miner of the Iron Hills enters play, choose and discard 1 condition attachment from play. We don't have that right now, but I do want an ally that can suck up some of the hits coming his way. Because basically, Denethor's got some good shields, but if I have him take the hit from the Hill Troll, then he'll die immediately. If I've got... yeah, that's pretty much my best bet. And then I'll just have to take it in threat. So, alright. So now we quest... let's see. So Barivor allows people to draw cards, and then Glorfindel pay a resource to heal 1 damage on any character. Then Denethor can look at the top card of the encounter deck and can move it to the bottom. So let's go ahead and quest. I think I'll quest with Barivor and Glorfindel, which will give us 5. And then next round we'll start hitting the Hill Troll because we'll have him ensnared. Okay, so the enemy right now has 3 dedicated to the quest. 3 threat to our 5, and we reveal a card, and it is Wargs, which gives 2 threat, so we evened out. No one revealed ability, but it has enough that it's going to attack us. Alright. We will travel to the forest, to the enchanted stream. And now it's the engagement. They're both going to engage with us. Alright. So they're going to get their shadow cards. And it says here with the Wargs, if Wargs is dealt a shadow card with no effect, return it to the staging area after it attacks. Okay. So let's do the Hill Troll first. I will have the Miner of the Iron Hills defend against the Hill Troll. The Hill Troll has no shadow. So it hits for 6. He can only defend 1 of it, so then it hits for 5. And then he has 2 wounds, so that brings it down to 3. So we only get 3 added threat. I may have been doing that wrong for the last time, because I think I was just so overwhelmed by the difficulty of this scenario, and he's out, that I didn't realize. I kept forgetting to look at hit points. Alright, so the Warg shadow card. Remember, if they have a shadow card with no effect, they're going to go back to the staging area, and they do have a shadow card. Oops, sorry. Denethor is the one who is defending. The shadow ability of the Warg card is a Warg card. It says, come on. Sometimes I think you're doing this just to tick me off, camera. Attacking enemy gets +1, +2 if undefended. So, hits for 3, but it's going to hit for 4. Denethor has 3 shields, so he's going to take 1 wound. No one to attack, so everything stands back up. And then we raise our threat by 1. And then we head to the next round. So we'll draw our card, and we drew Henemarth Riversong. Alright, not a bad card to have. And then we have our 3 resources. So I know immediately what I'm going to do here. We're going to put that Forest Snare on the Hill Troll for 3. And then, do I want to put that ally out? He can look at the top card of the encounter deck. Or I could... There's no threat right now. Yeah, let's go ahead and spend that last resource to put out the Henemarth Riversong. Alright. So, now it's time to quest. I think we'll have Denethor. Sorry, no. Let's see here. We'll put Barivor on the quest. Nope. Yeah, I'm going to go with Denethor. Alright, and yeah, because we just need to be able to defend, and the Hill Troll has 3, so yes, let's just do that. And we have... Oh, sorry everybody. I shouldn't have drawn that card. So I will spend this to heal Denethor for 1. So it adds the Brown Lands. This is 5 threat. After players travel to the Brown Lands, place a progress token on it. So we had a difference of 4. So we're taking 4 threat. Okay. Alright, so now we're going... You didn't travel anywhere, and we didn't go over the amount. The Warg is going to get a shadow card, and we're going to have Barivor defend against the Warg. And it does not have a shadow ability, so it'll make its attack for 3, get through for 1 on Barivor, and this pops back into the staging area. Alright. Glorfindel would attack, but it's not going to do anything, so we will just stand everybody up. And threat goes up. We get a resource. We do not draw a card because of the Enchanted Stream. And I'm out of allies, but I'm going to put Protector of Lorien. I'm going to put this card onto we have 7 threat out there to Barivor. No, you know what? We are going to put it on Glorfindel because it gives him +1 shield as well. So if he does have to defend, and I'll use his resource for that. You don't really have anything else right now because the other things involve drawing cards, and the Enchanted Stream stops me from that. So, actually, what I'm going to consider doing, so that's not too bad. I might have to make some early sacrifices just to get past this hill troll. So, let's go ahead and think about how I want to handle this. So, I'm going to commit all 3 of them to the quest. I know a Warg is going to come and attack us, but I think one of them can soak it up for a little bit. I will also discard a card from my hand to add 1 to the quest. So I'll discard Radagast's Cunning. No, sorry. The Dark Knowledge will get discarded. I actually will play Radagast's Cunning as the event here, which is choose an enemy in the staging area. Until the end of the phase, that enemy does not contribute its threat. So I'll put that on the Warg. So we're only dealing with 5. So Glorfindel's 4, 5, 6, 7. Alright, so we get a new card, which is an enemy. This is the Goblin Sniper, adds 2. So we have 7. How much did we commit? 2, 5, 6, 7. So we broke even. Alright. So that's the end of the questing phase. This will pop into discard. And nothing will... the Wargs will attack. They will attack. And I didn't have enough to travel to the Enchanted Stream. And the Wargs look over here. Oh, who's defending? No one's defending. It does have a shadow ability, which reads... Wolf Rider attacks the defending player. That player may declare 1 character as a defender. Deal Wolf Rider its own shadow card. After combat, return Wolf Rider to the top of the encounter deck. Alright, so here's a question for the internet then. Since this is a shadow card, may declare 1 character as a defender. However, they are all exhausted. So does that mean they still become a defender? Because now it's going to be undefended. 2 damage coming undefended. That's how I'm going to play this for now. And I'm going to put it on Barivor. And then it pops back to the top, right? Yep. So then we have the Wargs are going to attack. I'm going to have Denethor be the defender. And then they stay engaged with me because that had a shadow ability. Alright. I couldn't attack because I have no one to attack, and we cannot draw cards because of that threat. We have actually, in my opinion, reached an impossibility. I can only ever commit 7 to the quest. I'm raising my threat, don't worry. And then we have 7 out there, basically. I do have another one of those Radagast's Cunning, so maybe we'll see what I can do. Maybe I can pull this off. Alright. let's see here. I'm not playing in attachments or anything, so it's time to go questing. I gave them all their resources. Some of them are out of the sight of the camera, and I will discard Gandalf's Search because I can't draw any cards to add one to my questing right now. So we're at 7 questing. There is 7 in the staging area. I will spend a resource to play Radagast's Cunning on the Goblin Sniper and just kind of hope that we don't get something terrible. And it's the Warg Rider. He gives a threat, so we're at 6. However, it does have Surge. Just want to check Surge again. See here. Yeah, it's another card. That's what I thought it was. Alright, so we're at 6. And then another Goblin Sniper. Oh, I did forget. I'm very sorry. The Goblin Sniper is going to deal a point of damage. This is for the last round, and I'll do that on Glorfindel. And now this Goblin Sniper makes the threat at 8. So we're going to take 1 threat here. Alright. Now, I think I'm done. I think I'm pretty much done here. Because this is going to engage with us. I have no cards basically in my hand anymore because of the Enchanted Stream. So, let's do these one by one, shall we? Okay, so let's do the Warg first. 3 attack is coming through with no shadow ability. I will put that on Glorfindel. And then the Wolf Rider is 2. Oh, we have a shadow ability here with the Pursued by Shadow. Defending player chooses and returns 1 exhausted ally they control to its owner's hand. If they control no exhausted allies, raise their threat by 3. Alright, so we're at 44. So they'll hit for 2. I guess I'm putting that on, because it's undefended, on Denethor. Okay. So they do not pop back. Oh wait, the Warg does because there was no shadow. That pops back. Alright, this is probably my last round on the pre-built. Because like I said, I've got no cards to draw because of the Enchanted Stream. Alright, so I am going to have to just not quest, but that also means I'm taking a lot in threat. Probably enough to end the game on me. So either way, this is the last round. So yeah, I probably could have lived with the threat from the Enchanted Stream for a little bit. If I commit everything to the quest, it will only be 6 this time because I don't have cards to discard for Protector of Lorien. And then they're going to come and attack me anyway. So, well, let's just see what happens. So 2, 5, and 6. And we pulled Misty Mountain Orcs for another 2. So out here we have 5, 7, 9, 11, 13. Minus 6 is 7. That would put me at 51 threat. And that will end the game. Alright, so yes, I lost this one again with the pre-built deck. This is the lore deck out of the new revised set. Give me just a few moments. I'm going to make sure that I've got enough to do with the deck building aspect of this, and then I'll come back with my own rendition of a lore deck. See you soon, everybody. Okay, let's try this again. If you've been following me through all these videos, I told you I was able to find the whole Mirkwood cycle. So I still have Denethor and Glorfindel, but I also brought in Bilbo Baggins. This brings threat down to 29 to start with. So even if, we've got... Sorry, I forgot to shuffle this. Even if we've got the Hill Troll coming out right away, we'll at least have 1 turn to kind of build something up. I thought about putting Beravor in there, but... because she works well off of Bilbo for questing, but at the same time, it's Denethor's got great defense, Glorfindel's got great questing and attacking, so I just have to keep an eye on the whole 2 hit points for Bilbo. Alright, so as we said, I'm not reading the story again, you know what it is. So we flip 1 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to start. Let's see what I got. Bit of an expensive opening hand, but there's allies at least. At least I have some allies there. Yeah, I've got some allies and some questing stuff. I was hoping to get one of those snares, so I'm going to mulligan because of that. I want to get a forest snare out there for that hill troll. Alright, let's see what we get here. My sleeves got caught on something here. Oh, uh-oh, give me a sec. Strangely enough, forest snare, as I was shuffling the sleeve got all busted up. Some sleeves right here. Okay. Oh, that's... Did I pick up the wrong one? Yeah, I did. Ugh, I'm all over the place. Alright, let's put that in the sleeve. Give her another shuffle. And then one last one. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's see what we got. Alright, not as bad as the other one. Well, they were both good, but at least we have some allies here. This helps with locations that pop out. I got this card in here, which is infighting. Come on, focus. Move any number of damage from one enemy to another. I'm just going to read them to you because the camera's refusing to focus on me. Alright, so that's going to be my hand. We have a threat of 29. And our first card is the Warg Rider. Now, here's the question I have for you, Internet. It says here that each player reveals one card from the top of the encounter deck and adds it to the staging area. So I'm going to assume, because Warg Rider is a surge, that another comes out, and it's the Goblin Sniper. The only one that I know is going to engage with us is the Warg Rider. Okay, so we each get a resource. I look for that hill troll before I forget. Alright. There he is. And at least for this round, I should be able to take care of that Warg Rider with Glorfindel. But questing is going to be rough. So I've got to get past questing first. This is a tough scenario. I'm not going to lie. I definitely am happy that the pre-builts are coming out soon for the revised edition. I understand that if you have everything for the previous, you don't need to do anything. You don't need to buy those at all. They're already set up and ready to go. And it's just more cards that I can get. You know, there's only so many things off the backlog that the FLGS has. So anything that I can find would be great, wonderfully helpful. So let's see here. I do want to play one of the allies. And I'm going to play both of them work better if they came out later, but you know what? I'm just going to play one of them. So I'm going to play the Erebor Hammersmith because he's got more hit points and should be able to handle more of what's coming at him. Alright, so and that's all I'm going to play for now because I got some events I might want to play out of my hand. Okay, so time to quest. I'll quest with Denethor and Bilbo. I understand that I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 out there, so I'll only take a little threat. Yes, the Hill Troll will come at me, but I've got some... Actually, no. You know what we're going to do? Yeah, let's do the whole 5, because we have 5 out there. 4 out there. There's 4 threat out there. Okay, so let's see what we've got. Boom. The East Bite, which is 1. That'll even us out at 5. So we are actually going to play for 1 we're going to play I'm very timid on doing this, but we're going to do it. Strider's Path, which is maybe it's the shine from the after a location is revealed from the encounter deck, immediately travel to that location without resolving its travel effect. If another location is currently active, return it to the staging area. So that one would have helped in the last game get that 5 threat out, and it would have been traveled to immediately. And then and then I'd be able to handle getting some cards in my hand. So we're going to travel to the East Bight, and it says when faced with the option to travel, you must travel to the East Bight. It has 5 to go through, but now I committed 5 to the quest. There's 4 out there, so we do get a progress token on the East Bight. I assume that's how this goes with Strider's Path. All right, we're still at 29 threat, so the warg is going to come after us, which is fine. I'm very okay with that. And we're going to get a shadow card. And my Hammersmith will defend against the Wolf Rider. And there is no shadow ability. So he hits for 2. My Hammersmith defends for 1, and he has 3 hit points. And that's pretty much it for this round. I'm going to stand everyone up, have no one to attack, because now I'm hoping that we get some cards that allow me to pull in a Forest Snare. I do have all 3 copies of Forest Snare in there, but at least I've got that threat out of the staging area, and now it's only 3. Okay. Alright, so everyone gets a resource. Okay, and I get to draw a card. I've drawn Lore of Imladris. Sorry. I'm trying to read both the screen and my hand at the same time. I do have Lorian's Wealth, where we can draw 3 cards, but I forgot to with Bilbo. The first player draws an additional card in the resource phase, which is me. And then we've got Haldir, which I'll have to save up for Haldir. He's got some decent stats, but definitely working on how to deck build for this game. And it's not, well, as I've said before, not easy, but I'll get used to it eventually. And I think that's one of the interesting things about this video. You're not sitting there watching just to tell me I should have picked this combo. No, you're kind of learning the game along with me as far as what works well. Okay. I do need to get another ally out there so I can probably defend and or attack at least the Warg Rider. So let's go ahead and put out the Miner of the Iron Hills. And after Miner of the Iron Hills enters play, choose and discard 1 condition attachment from play. Well, we don't have any of that right now, so we're not going to worry about it. Okay, so time to quest, and we have to do 6 progress on that one over there. Right now, our best option is to put Glorfindel on the quest, but we are going to have some hits coming our way. So I might just put Denethor and Bilbo for now. Yes, my threat's going to go up, but hopefully not by much. We have 3 over there in staging. Oh, and I always forget about this Goblin Sniper. I'll put it on Glorfindel. That's from the last round, everybody. So calm your fingers if they're on your keyboard. So let's reveal from the encounter deck. We revealed some wargs. Now, they're going to engage. And give me 1 second, folks. Oh, we have some cats who are chasing each other around the house. That's what that sound is. So now I committed 2 to the quest. And 5 is out there, so we'll get 3 in threat. Okay. So nothing went on to the East Bight. Okay. Let's see what we've got here. So, not traveling anywhere, and we're going to have to defend all 3 of this. Alright. And so here we have shadow cards. I'm going to deal with the big one first. So I'm going to have... So if Glorfindel defends, he'll die. So I'm just going to have the Hammersmith defend, because either or it's 2 hits there. Just making sure I have, yep, that's what that was. So yes, I'll have the Hammersmith defend against the troll. We do have shadow ability. Enemy gains +1 strength. So he's hitting for 7, and he defends for 1. Coming out for 6, 5, 4. So I'm taking 4 threat. We're at 37 now. and he is out. So now we have the wargs are attacking, and I think I'll have the Miner of the Iron Hills defend against that with no shadow. 3 hits. He has 1 and has 2 hit points, so now he's out. Okay, and then Glorfindel will defend against the Warg Rider. However, we could also just let that through and put it on Denethor. So I'm going to try that out. We're going to do undefended. Hopefully this isn't a +1. Of course it is. +1 shadow ability from the Dol Guldur orcs. I did say I was going to let it through, so let's put that on Glorfindel himself. Reason being is Glorfindel will attack the Warg Rider for 3, and it defeats that. So at least we clear some of that up. Alright. Okay. It should be fine. I don't know. I think I'm doing poorly. I just think it's going to take time for me to understand the nuances of everything here. This is I played with somebody, Brant Sanderson from Step Into the Portal. I played with him last week, this scenario, and he has much more stuff than I do, and this is just a tough scenario. For it to be the second one in the base box, it's like, whew. And then this is a 4 out of, I assume, 10 difficulty, and then I see a 7 for the Necromancer, so things should get interesting. Before we do anything, we raise our threat by 1, so I'm at 38, and we give somebody a damage, so I'll give that to Denethor. I've already laid out some resources, and I get to draw a card, another Strider's Path. Bilbo gives me another card, and that's a Gandalf. And Gandalf's not too bad to get out there. Wish I had my sneak attack. Or a sneak attack. Is that this deck? That might be leadership. Anyway, Gandalf's not a bad one to have. Okay, so what do I want to play? I'd love to get Haldir out there, but I know that he'll probably die immediately. So let's see. Because now I have to figure out if I want to attach or quest. And I do think I like the lore deck, at least in the first scenario I did. I'd probably try and get more attachments into this deck. Alright, so I've got some interesting things, but I really hate to waste the resources. I'd like to get, if I can survive one more round, and then I can get Gandalf out there. So let's do that. So I'm not going to play anything. And I'm not going to quest anything, because right now we're only at 2 threat. Is it a mistake? Probably, but that's why you're watching, right? Alright, no threat. When revealed, each player raises their threat by 1 for each character they control that's not committed to the quest. So that'll put me at 41. Alright, so we're getting some shadow cards. Okay. Alright. Let's do the troll first. I'm sorry to say goodbye to Bilbo, but I think that's what's going to have to happen. So he's hitting for 7. Bilbo has basically 4, so 3 threat going up. Because that's what the cave troll does. And Bilbo is just out, including his resources. Should have put Haldir out there. I can hear it already. And then Denethor is going to defend the wargs. And the shadow ability on the Misty Mountain Goblins. Remove 1 progress token from the current quest. Okay. Not getting far anyway. So then Glorfindel will attack the wargs for 3, so they'll take 2 damage. Not enough to kill them, but enough to damage them at least. Alright. Stand them up. The Goblin Sniper is going to hit... it's got to hit Denethor. And my threat goes up by 1. Alright, so get some resources, get a card, and we got the Daughter of the Nimrodel. Oh, yeah, so we should probably just... Problem is I want to play this card of Lorien's Wealth, so I could start looking for cards. But the problem there is then I won't have enough resources if I find that Forest Snare. So my thing I need to do with deck building in the lore deck is not just make sure everything is dependent on the one card. So, I played Magic a long time ago, and it wasn't, I wasn't even, okay, I did a lot of pre-builds, but I've never been that good at deck building, and so I'm going to really try to figure out the good formula here. I definitely need to just find the right synergy of the deck, because I can tell you right now, this is going to be brutally ugly. So, let's just keep going. Tell you what, we'll play the Daughter of the Nimrodel. And that's all I'm going to play for now. So we'll use her action, exhaust her to heal 2 damage on any one hero. Is it going to get me far? No, but I feel good doing it. Alright. And time to quest. And I'm not going to quest at all. And this is pretty much going to be my downfall. And we've got another 2, so 4 threat is coming at me, which puts me at 49. And then we're getting some shadow cards. I'll have Denethor defend against the Hill Troll and has a shadow. Defending player chooses and returns 1 exhausted ally they control to the owner's hand. Yep. Oh, that should have raised my threat in the last game. Okay. You caught me. Hit again. So the Hill Troll hits for 6. Denethor has 3, 4, and then... So Denethor is dead. And then our threat would have gone up by 2, which puts us at 51. Alright, so there's Journey Down the Anduin. Meet me back up at the table to hear my thoughts on this scenario with the lore deck, and we will talk soon. So that was lore, Journey Down the Anduin. So, first half was the starter deck that was in the revised set, and the second half was something that I put together quickly. Because I'm planning on, like I said, my schedule's really tight in this season due to my work, and getting the time to do all this stuff is a little rough. But I did find a nice deck building resource online to help me out, so we'll see what happens there. Maybe I can get some pointers on that. I'm also very happy to say that I've got this lovely storage solution. I got rid of my box of the revised starter set, so I got this Lord of the Rings, the card game box here. If you're interested, this is from One Sharp Joe Crafts on Etsy. Just type in Lord of the Rings LCG, it'll pop right up. A little expensive, but worth every penny. Especially since I know I'm planning to get into this, and this fits about 2,700 sleeved cards. And one person has already told me, you're going to need a second one. So anyway, ooh, I hit the thing with that. I think... First off, I'm very happy to know that the other starter decks are coming out soon, because some of the stuff is so out of print, it's hard to find a lot of the decks and things like that. So a lot of the cards, people are like, well, why aren't you using this card or this card? Well, I don't have that option because I can't find that at a decent price. Sometimes you can find some of these at a decent price that are way out of print, but anyway, my thoughts on Journey Down the Anduin. It's a hard scenario. I'm not sure, and I think, it's been recommended to me to play it two-handed. My concern with that is you're flipping over 2 encounter cards, but hopefully it'd be enough to do that, and I think I might create 2 decks to try and get past it. That Hill Troll really is rough. I know that... I'm trying to think. Tactics can probably handle it well, but they don't handle anything else well, at least in that starter deck. So, I wish they had more questing, but they're the ones with a lot of the strength. So perhaps Tactics is going to get furthest in this one than the last. If you have done this scenario and have succeeded well, A, let me know what combination you had, what heroes you had, and B, how many packs of extra stuff did you need before you could defeat it? So let me know in the comments below, and next time we'll see you for the Spirit deck, which will be the starter deck and a deck of my own making.